Today we are able to make nitrogen. So humans have become as smart as the little bacteria and the nodules of leguminous plants. And we can make our own nitrogen.
And the important message here is the increase in very extreme events we've had just in the last year or so will continue, especially in temperate zones.
1 terawatt hour, to put you into, just to bring it down to layman's terms, 1 terawatt hour is equivalent of supplying 200,000 houses with electricity. So we are 9 terawatt hours short.
The host nations are therefore generally quite nervous about privatizing or bringing in the private sector to invest in those assets. And the same can be held true for power plants.
You don't know it, but we're already recycling water. Each time you flush your toilet in Johannesburg, you take water from the Lesotho Highlands water project on the one hand and the Tugela water project on the other hand, and you put it into the Limpopo River Basin, and within a short period of time it ends up in Brits, and the people of Brits are drinking it.
So we also have quite a big job creation project where we're using unemployed people in the Karoo environment to cultivate the Karoo bossies, as they call them, and replant them in pilot sites to look at restoration and recapture of water in the Karoo ecosystem.
But the real human tragedy is that there are communities that literally live on those landfill sites 24/7. And you'll see 5-year-old children and younger scavenging on the landfill sites.
Nearly 50% of the energy in the pulp and paper industry comes from the raw material itself. There is no other industry remotely close.
In South Africa, we've seen water considerations taking a much higher profile in forestry operations because of certification. The information I got here from South Africa is that actually in the past 10 years, more than 200,000 hectares were taken out of production for plantation and became into restoration of wetlands and riparian zones because of certification.
I think there's two problems we have with the way we look at value currently. One is we're short term. So we need to have business leaders that are prepared to stand up and say enough is enough, let's move away from short-termism because we're undermining our capacity to create value in the future. And the second is the fact that we tend to ignore broader societal issues.